Marxists talk a lot about the distribution of resources. They never quite talk about the production of resources. And in fact, all of the Marxist systems throughout history, they're great at distribution because when you have all of the guns, you can take things from one person, give them to another. They're really bad at production. And so you have a kind of failure of production throughout the 20th century that was really catastrophic for tens of millions of people. The United States actually has created a system of production that has raised the basic level of standard of living beyond the wildest expectations of almost anyone a century ago. And it's not out of exploitation. It's actually out of cooperation. It's out of the division of labor. It's out of having a price mechanism where you can exchange your labor, you can exchange your time, you can exchange your cash, you can exchange other goods in a way that everyone is winning. And so if you look at even, for example, to say, well, comparing it to the third world, if you look at the ancestry of all of the different populations in the United States, European Americans, African Americans, Latin Americans, et cetera, even down to the ethnic level. Being a European in the United States, you are much wealthier on average than being a European in Europe. And the same holds true from all the other populations. And then this is the reason why people vote with their feet to come to the United States from all over the world. But it's also why when you ask people in survey data, and even anecdotally, I think this is true, across the board, people believe in the United States. And in fact, the only people who don't believe in the United States are left-wing whites that have high levels of education. And so when you ask African Americans, when you ask Latinos, for example, is the United States the greatest country in the world? People still say yes to a great extent. When you ask people if you work hard, can you still get ahead? That basic bedrock principle of the United States, they still say yes. Everyone except for people in the kind of upper crust of our elite institutions